Hey, what's up guys, this is Ben here, and I've got a Gen 5 NU match against a guy called Grim Warden on the Smogan server. This is my first ever NU match in Gen 5, so I really don't know what I'm doing, but it's still a good battle nonetheless. Anyway, looking at his team, I expect him to lead with a Regirock, trying to get the rocks up early, and so I'm going to lead with my Yanmar, which is actually a Hypnosis with Compound Ice, so it's a pretty accurate Hypnosis, and luckily it hits, because if it did miss, he probably would finish me off with the Stone Edge of the Rock Slide, if he chose to go for it. And I'm going to switch into my Torkoal, expecting him to switch into something that can counter my Quagsire, and that works out perfectly because he goes into Leafeon and I get 3 rocks up on a switch to Garbodor. So I'm going to switch to my Rotom, expecting to go for Toxic Spike so I can Volt Switch off that into my Quagsire so I just get regular poison on it instead of being badly poisoned, because this is actually a cursing set with Unaware, and being badly poisoned pretty much renders the set completely useless. So I'm expecting a switch into something, so I'm just going to switch into my Swallow so I can get my Toxic Orb activated, and that works out perfectly because he switches into Regirock. So I U-turn off his Regirock, and I'm just going to go back into Quagsire to start setting up curses, I believe, because I'm trying to bait his Leafeon out just so I can kill it off. Then Quagsire is pretty much free to sweep, as long as that Mesprit doesn't carry the Grass Knot or a trick, it's not a Trick Scarfer or whatever. So anyway, I do start setting up curses as he's sleeping, but I completely forgot he's going to try to wake up so he can get the rocks off, and I don't know how I forgot about that, because rocks are extremely dangerous to this team, because I do have the Yanmar, the Swallow, and the Cryogonal that are all weak to it. And the only thing I have to spin is the Cryogonal, because I don't carry the Rapid Spin on Torkoal, I carry the Toxic instead. But he switches back into Garbodor, and I predicted he'd switch into something because he didn't want to get killed off by the waterfall. So I go into my Swallow, so I get pretty much a free facade on anything on his team, and he chooses to sack his Garbodor because it pretty much has done its job by getting up the Toxic Spikes. But he goes in his Loma, and I'm just going to stay in to gauge how much damage this is going to do. And it does 48%, so I'm guessing he's probably a bit defensively built, because it would have done a little bit more. But he gets the Wish off, and I know there's no point in me staying in because he's going to go for the Protect. But he actually switches back into Regirock, which is really dumb on my part, because I completely forgot how weak it was. And if I just went back into Quagsire then, or something else that could finish it off, like a Yanmar could have with the Giga Drain, I would have been able to kill it off. But anyway, I go back into my Torkoal just so I can drop a Toxic on it, because it's pretty much my best way of killing it outside of Quagsire. But as long as that Leafeon's still around Quagsire, I can't really hurt it too badly. But so I do that, and I'm just going to switch out into my Quagsire because there's no point sacrificing my Torkoal yet when I've got Quagsire that can completely wall him. And he's just going to drop in EQ, and I'm just going to get a Recover because there's no way he can finish me off barring a crit. So yeah, I just recover off that damage while he makes a switch to Loma, and I'm just going to expect him to start going for wishes again. So I'm just going to start cursing up yet again. Still just trying to bait out that Leafeon, but I know he's going to wish to himself just at the moment because he's pretty low, and I expect the Protect here, so I'm just going to go for the second curse, so I'm at +2, and right now I really expected him to wish so he could get a switch into Leafeon and just heal it back up, because after the rocks and +2 Earthquake it's still going to hurt a little bit. So I went for the Earthquake here just to get a little bit of damage off, but it was kind of a dumb play there because he just chose to stay in, and I really just wasted a turn there. And so he's back at full, and I'm back at full, but I'm at +2, and at some stage I know he has to go into Leafeon because he's going to just let me keep setting up. So I know I expect him to just go for the Leaf Blade here, not trying to over-predict, but he actually does go for the Sword Stance, which was a good play on his part, because I'm going to switch out into Torkoal just for Death Fodder. So I get a free switch into my Swallow, which will be able to outspeed and hit it extremely hard. And So he does finish me off with Leaf Blade, and yeah, I do exactly that and go out to Swallow, sorry. And I'm just going to U-turn, because I know that's most likely going to kill it, and whatever he switches into, I can just counter easily. So I just go back into Cryogonal, because I really need to get rid of these rocks, because they Swallow and he has one more switch in if the rocks are still up, and I really don't want Yanmar taking half from re-switching, and Cryogonal's pretty much useless now because he walls nothing on his team. And yeah, Cryogonal goes down to a Stone Edge, and I'm just going to go back into probably Quagsire, I believe. I go into Roam so I can Volt Switch just to get a little bit more damage off, because he's getting really low at this point, and I know he's going to die in a few turns unless he passes off a Wish. So I Volt Switch off Regirock, and I go into my Quagsire so I can start cursing up again, I believe I do, as he goes into a Loma. So I expect will happen. Oh, he goes into Leafeon. I just go for a Waterfall, not trying to over-predict, because if he did stay in I could have finished him off right there. But I'm just going to go into Yanmar here, as he goes for the Swords Dance there, and he finishes me off with a crit double edge. I don't know how much that mattered, because I am Eviolite max HP, and I'm not sure if out the crit that would finish me off, but oh well, I just go for the U-turn off my Swallow because I don't want to die this turn or take any more toxic damage, and it lets me finish off his Leafeon, which was the main thing stopping my Quagsire from setting up. So he goes into Regirock. I don't know why. Like, he could have just sent in like something else instead of stacking off a poke for no reason. But I'm just going to go into Quagsire here because I know he's got nothing outside in this team that can finish him off in one hit, bar Grass Knot on his Mesprit. But I wasn't sure what I was like trying to bait him to go for the trick there, but he doesn't. So I'm assuming he's just Scarf for 4 attacks maybe. And I was trying to also bluff the Scarf here, but he stays in, pretty much proving he is Scarfed, because otherwise he's just taking a hit for no reason. But I go onto my Swallow, and I'm just going to drop a Facade on whatever I can, and he chooses to sack his Emboar when he probably could have taken it with Loma a lot better and just wished off the damage. But anyway, Swallow goes down, it's done its part in the match, it's done a lot of damage. And I'm just going to go on the Quagsire here because I know it can take any one hit from him, and I'm just going to go for the recover, and I think he just stays in his Psychics just to make sure, just not to risk not being able to kill me when he might be able to. And I stay and recover. I'm just going to recover again because if he chooses to stay in the Psychic, that's my Quagsire dead. And he switches into a Loma, which gives me free setup to start cursing. And since he didn't drop the trick on my Quagsire that turn, I'm assuming he doesn't have it. So it pretty much let me get 3 curses up, and without a crit I don't think he can kill me. So we have a miniature Still War here because he's sitting there wishing and letting me curse, and I really don't know why he would. He doesn't. He switches straight into Uxie expecting another curse actually. Sorry, that's a bit of a bad part of my narration there, I just forgot about it there. But now I'm expecting him just to start psyching again, because if he had the Scarf he would have tricked it earlier. But it actually does turn out he does have the Scarf, and he tricks me now. And that really just completely stopped any sweep I have whatsoever of Quagsire. So I'm just going to stay in here recovering while he Psychics, and I'm just hoping he can get a Defense drop or a crit or some more crits just to finish me off quicker, because what I want here is a free switch into my Rotom so I can hopefully get the rest off, because it is actually a Resto Chesto Rotom, which I see a lot in OU, but I've never seen it in Inu, and I thought I'd try it out to see how it does. And yeah, so if I do outspeed the Uxie when it's got no Scarf, I think I have this match. But I don't know, because I do have the little bit of speed investment in the Rotom, but I don't know how much he has in Uxie. It's probably max though, so it's sort of a grim hope that I can dream. But he finishes me off here with a Psychic after I recover again. Sorry about the little stall war. I probably should have cut that out, but I really don't know how to. I'm pretty garbage with video editing. Yeah, it finishes me off. I go on the Rotom here, and my last ditch effort is to get a rest off. But it turns out he actually outspeeds me, and he wins the match 2-0. And that was a good game there, Grim Warden. And any criticism would be helpful. And have a good day, guys, and comments would be greatly appreciated. I'll catch you later.